Hey guys, it's Ryan back here again, and today I'm reviewing another Gears of War 2 figure. This time around I'm reviewing the Series 6 Boomer Mauler. So this figure is not currently out at stores. The only store you can really buy it at is Toys R Us, seeing that Walmart and Target do not carry NECA figures. But it should be out in the next few weeks. The retail price for this is $14.99, but it may vary. You can currently get this at online stores and a few select comic stores if they carry them. But anyways, so let's go over the packaging first for this figure. So as you can see, it's kind of in a larger style packaging, seeing that the Boomer itself is a larger figure, obviously, but it's still in the basic type packaging that they've been using for all the Gears of War figures so far. But anyways, it says Boomer Mauler down here. It's got player select, and then it's also got a picture of the Boomer from the game. And it's got the Gears of War 2 logo up on the top of the packaging. On the back of the packaging here, it shows the rest of the figures from the series, and then also some assorted figures from previous series. Over here we have a picture of the actual figure, and then there's another close-up of the actual figure up here as well. And then it says, the well-armored, aggressive Mauler rumbles headlong into battle. Swinging its heavy explosive flail over its head, a raised boom shield protects it from enemy fire, until it's able to get close enough for a final charge and a devastating end to its victim. So, anyways, that's what it says in the packaging. So let's go over the actual figure here first. So this Boomer is really cool. So this is the second Boomer that they've made so far in the Gears of War line. The first one, which was the regular Boomer, they released back in Series 4, if I'm correct. That figure was, what do you call it? It might have been Series 5, but that figure was the original Boomer. Then they made this guy, obviously, in Series 6, which is just now being released. And then there was also another Boomer that I don't think is going to be released, but back into the Toy Fair in 2010, they had on display a Boomer Butcher. The weird thing about it is that it had all the details, all the paint, all the accessories, and everything was completely done. It was a painted final product. But I don't know what happened to that figure. I'm not sure if it'll ever be released, but you can go look at pictures of that guy on Cool Toy Review. They actually archive some of that stuff, so you can dig back and find it, and you can see the picture of what I'm talking about. But I do hope they release that eventually. But anyways, there's that Boomer, and then there's also the Grinder Boomer, which they'll probably never end up getting released, seeing that Gears of War 3 is just around the corner, and they'll be making figures for that game and not Gears of War 2 anymore. But anyways, so the figure itself, they used the body from the original Boomer, which was back in Series 4 or Series 5, whatever series it was. But it's the same exact body, except this time around they gave him some new accessories. So the first accessory, which you can see right here, is his explosive flail, like they mentioned on the back of the packaging there. And the cool thing is about it is that this part right here is supposed to be a chain. It's not an actual chain though, but they made it out of rubber, so it gives it the feel of a real chain, which it just makes it look really cool, so you can move it around if you want to. And then it's hooked up to this little handle type part here with this little hook up here on the top, and that's got some nice details on it. It's got some fabric wrapped around the handle so he can hold it better. Then down here on the actual explosive part, it's got 4 Locust logos going around it. And then there's also these prongs, which are made of rubber, so they don't really will break that easily. So that's one accessory. The other accessory, obviously, is the boom shield. So this one's really cool. It's got a Locust logo right in the center of it right there. Then these parts right here, which stick out, that's how it's supposed to be when you're in defense mode. But if you're just running around with it, these are supposed to be stuck back in. There's 2 different modes you can use it in the game. But anyways, it's got 2 handles here on the front of it. It's got a bunch of weathering painting onto it, which looks fantastic. Then also, which holds it on, is these 2 straps back here. So there's one strap right here and another strap on there. The one on the back part, it doesn't hold on that well. I actually talked to a NECA representative on Facebook, and he said that the factory made an error and that one of the straps was supposed to be longer than the other so he could hold it better. But they actually didn't end up doing that, which really sucks. So the figure's basically air. So they probably won't fix that, but you know, what are you gonna do? At least they did make the boom shield for him, but you're just gonna have to work with it with 1 strap and not 2. But anyways, So he's got that accessory. Then he also has one more accessory, which is his new helmet here. And this helmet is really cool. It's got these horns obviously sticking out, and then one of the horns has got a little strap on it. Then there's also a Locust logo right there in the center of the helmet. The helmet itself is made of hard plastic, so it won't warp or bend that much anyways. But, you know, it fits onto his head very easily. And while I have his helmet off there, I might as well show you guys the head sculpt. Really menacing looking. You know, he's got his mouth screaming out up like that. You can see his teeth, the inside of his mouth, his eyes, which are sunken back into his head, give him a kind of a ape type look to him. And what do you call it? The wide brow up here on the top. It really makes him look kind of like a uncivilized type animal. But you know, they put a lot of detail into it, and it looks really cool. So let's pop his helmet back on there for him. And it looks really fantastic when it's got his helmet on there like that. The body itself has got various armors and straps, which you can obviously see that are all sculpted onto it. A lot of details down here on the feet where he's got these boots. The figure itself is really kind of a, what do you call it? It's kind of like a obese kind of fat. You know, you can see kind of it sticking out right here over his pants down here. But that's how the figure in the character in the game is supposed to be. They're supposed to be these big, fat, lumbering creatures that run around, and you know, they're really hard to take out. But the thing is, NECA made these guys underscaled, which is disappointing. They're supposed to be really, really big and not small how he is right now. I'll compare him here with another Gears of War figure, which is the Cantus. So you can see he's even smaller than the Cantus, but he's actually supposed to be taller, which is really disappointing, but you know, oh well, what are you going to do? They did a really good job on putting a lot of details into this figure. The paint looks fantastic on him. Articulation, what do we got? His head is on a ball joint. His shoulders here are ball hinged. His elbows down here are also on a ball hinge. His wrists are ball jointed. His waist is ball jointed. His hips are on a swivel joint, and his knees are ball hinged. So, fairly decent articulation. The articulation is a little stiff though, seeing that the figure is larger than other figures, like body-wise. But, you know, you can move him around somewhat and get him to a somewhat decent pose if you want to. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this figure. They did a really good job on him, in my opinion. You know, you get 3 new accessories. The only problem that I found with him is that his shield, one of the straps needs to be bigger, which is disappointing, and also the fact that he's underscaled, but you know, oh well. They did a really good job detailing him, and he just looks fantastic. So I would highly recommend him if you see him in stores in a couple weeks at Toys R Us. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and rate this guy a 5 out of 5. You know, they did a fantastic job. A really cool figure, and it's just got some very minor flaws with it. So anyways, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys in the next video.